Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day to my respected lecturer and my fellow friends. I am Miss Angelina Ridwan, standing here to represent the first group. And today we will discuss a very interesting topic from chapter 4 of our textbook. And the title is Raging is Unnatural. So before we begin, let us think about this. Why can we look at the pictures on social media for hours, but we feel very tired after reading a few paragraphs on a screen? It is because our brain was never naturally made for reading. Today I will explain this why is this happen and how we as an informatics student can design better applications that are easier for the human brain to process. Let's look at our first point. For thousands of years, humans have used speech to communicate. Talking is a natural instinct, but reading is a new skill in human history. Our brain does not have a specific part just for reading. Instead, our brain has to use the part that we normally use to recognize objects. Now look at the Shopee interface on the screen. Shopee effectively uses this visual power. They know that our brain processes colors and shapes much faster than words. That is why they use their signature orange color. When you open the app, you do not start by reading the text. You look at the lightning icon for flash sale. Because these visual patterns are familiar, we can navigate the app by instinct. So we don't have to read the app, but we just see it. This reduces our cognitive load. So, how does our brain actually read? There are two main processes. The first one is recognizing the shapes of the words. For skilled readers like us, this is automatic. We see a word and we know the meaning instantly. And the second process is predicting or guessing. This happens when our brain uses the surrounding words to guess the meaning. However, guessing is very slow and it makes our brain work harder. If an application has a poor design, like a difficult font or bad colors, our brain cannot recognize the word shapes easily, and then we are forced to guess every single word. This is why we feel exhausted. And as a developers, we must make our text so clear that the brain can recognize it automatically. And now let's see a contrasting example. Look at this screenshot from the Amazon mobile app. Specifically, look at the product descriptions. We often see a wall of text, right? On a small phone screen, this creates an information overload. So our brain always wants to conserve energy. When we see a massive block of text like this, our brain realizes that it will take too much effort to read. And what do? We skip it and we scroll down quickly, or the worst part is we might close the app. If we do not respect how the human brains works, we will lose our users because they will feel overwhelmed. So let's discuss the design mistakes that disrupt our reading process. There are three major problems. So first, using all caps. When we write in a capital letters, every word looks like a simple rectangle. This destroys the unique shapes of the word. Our brain then has to read letter by letter, just like a beginner. Second, breaking the eye rhythm. So our eyes do not move smoothly, they move in jumps. When we put text in the center of the screen for a long paragraph, our our eyes struggles to find where the next line starts. And the third, poor contrast. If the text color is too similar to the background color, it's physically harder for our eyes to read. These mistakes make a skilled reader feel like a beginner again, draining their mental energy. As an informatics student, we use a Visual Studio Code almost every day, right? So it is a great example of an application that is optimized for the brain. Look at the sidebar on the left. It does not use word like search or debug or something like that. It only uses a simple icon. Because we're expert users, our brain recognizes these shapes instantly. By using icons instead of text, VS Code saves our brain power. When we're coding, we need to save our mental energy for logic of our program, not for finding buttons. It is a highly efficient design. So, to conclude my presentation, I have three important tips. So, first one, always minimize text. People use application to complete their tasks, not to read stories or novel. And second, help the users scan the page. Use clear headings, bullet point, and good contrast so their eyes can find information quickly. And the most important step is the third, usability testing. Always show your design to real users. If they cannot find the information, it is not their fault. It means your design is fighting against their brain. So that's all from me, representing the first group. I hope this help us design better application in the future. So thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.